Hi, this video is for homework 10.1. Now, notice this is not found in your science book anymore. This was from our paper copy book. But I thought it was relevant information to show you a practical application of light energy being converted into thermal energy. All right? And you don't have to be in Southern California to do this. You can do this in Wisconsin. And in fact, many people do this with their swimming pools in Wisconsin to help heat them up and save money. Basically, you just need a dark panel and you run the water from your pool through it with a small electric pump, and then it goes in, warms up, and goes back into your pool, and it just keeps cycling back and forth. And it's a very efficient and fairly inexpensive way to heat up your swimming pool in Wisconsin. All right? But anyhow, let's go through this together quickly. Solar water heaters are widely used in California because it's sunny there. Solar water heaters are often placed on the roof, good access to the sunlight, where the sunlight can be directly absorbed. The sunlight, remember, is light energy. People in Southern California have been using solar water heaters for over 100 years. That's quite a while, so apparently it's a good system. So when the water in the water heater gets hot, what type of energy increases? This is not a trick question. If you were thinking thermal energy, you were correct. The water's thermal energy will increase as it gets hotter. The kinetic energy will increase as the little molecules get more excited due to the increase in temperature. And if you notice in the picture, there's a smaller tank up here. Here's a solar collector panel, and then the colder water will sink. But the problem is they have a pump down here, and they push that cold water up into here. And then what it does is it pressurizes the system, and it forces the hot water back down into the tank, and then it can be distributed throughout your house. So even though normally cold water would sink, they pressurize it and push it back up. All right, so assuming energy conservation is taking place, which we know it does due to the law of conservation of energy, if one type of energy increases, another type must decrease, or the additional energy must have come from somewhere outside this system. So, did another type of energy decrease when the light energy was being converted into thermal energy? What do you think? Hopefully, you were thinking yes, because the light energy does decrease as it's being absorbed by the heater and the water, and then transformed or converted into thermal energy. So as the thermal energy increases, the light energy decreases. So if you think about that in terms of one of our energy conservation or conversion diagrams, then you notice that there's a lot of light energy to start with, and then it converts into thermal energy. So then you'd have more thermal energy than light energy. Okay. And the next question seems silly, but I had to ask it. Does a solar water heater gain energy at night? Why or why not? I'm hoping you're thinking, yeah, it's kind of a silly question. But the answer is no, it does not gain energy at night because there's no sunlight at night. So if there's no sunlight, that means there's no light energy to reach the solar heater panel to be collected and then absorbed and converted into thermal energy. However, realize that that water heater that's storing that hot water still has thermal energy in it for a period of time until you use up that hot water. And then you're left with cold water. So if this is your only system for heating water, you're going to want to make sure you have a big water tank to store that for the next day. And our last part, if you look at the picture over here, you'll notice there's a few parts to it. Here's the panel. Now this looks like it's light colored, but it's actually a reflection of the sky off it. So it's actually a dark area underneath here. And then we have the water tank up here. It's a metal tank. And so the metal will also absorb light energy and transfer that into the water that's inside it. So you have two parts heating it up actually. And so if you look at the picture of the solar water heater, you should notice a larger rectangle below the water storage tank. This is the solar collector. Why is it made of a dark material? Now think back to our other video and why the dark colored car with a dark colored interior wasn't a good choice for Las Vegas, let alone Southern California, either one, compared to a lighter colored vehicle with a lighter colored interior. And you'll figure out the answer quickly. The idea is that the darker colored material is going to absorb more light energy than the lighter colored material, which would reflect the light energy. And so the more light energy that's absorbed, the more light energy that can be transformed or converted into thermal energy. So that means the faster the water gets heated. So you definitely want to have the inside of this panel a dark color. Thank you, and that's the end of our video.